There is a live radio stream hidden on the deepest layers of the dark web that has been running without a single second of interruption since November 14th, 1998. It has no website name, no text on the screen, no advertisements, and no official host. If you manage to find the correct Onion routing link, all you will see is a black background with a small, glowing digital frequency meter, and all you will hear is a looping off-key lullaby played on what sounds like a badly damaged, out-of-tune music box. For over 2 decades, most people who stumbled across it dismissed it as a forgotten server glitch or a bizarre internet art project. But the few who stayed listening for hours noticed something terrifying. Every single day, at completely random intervals, the music box lullaby abruptly cuts out into pure, dead silence. Then, a cold, flat, synthetic voice reads a list of global geographic coordinates, followed by a specific time and date. The internet urban legend around this stream grew into a full-blown obsession in the winter of 2014 on an anonymous forum thread. Users called it Station 94. A data analyst on the forum named Jacob decided to map out every single set of coordinates broadcast by the voice over a 3-month period. What he discovered changed the nature of the investigation entirely. The coordinates weren't random places. When plotted chronologically on a global map, they formed a perfectly straight line that was slowly moving across the country at exactly 4 miles per hour. It wasn't tracking random locations. It was tracking something that was walking. Jacob became obsessed. He noticed that the straight line was heading directly through his home state. He monitored the radio stream day and night, waiting for the coordinates to align with his city. 2 weeks later, it happened. The cold voice interrupted the lullaby and read a set of coordinates that pointed exactly to an abandoned train yard just 3 miles from Jacob's apartment. The broadcast predicted the arrival time would be exactly 3:14 a.m. that very night. Against the warnings of everyone on the forum, Jacob took his phone, started a live video feed for the community to watch, and drove out into the freezing rain. Hundreds of users watched his shaky camera feed as he walked through the rusted, overgrown train tracks under the dim, flickering amber glow of a distant security light. The time on his stream read 3:12 a.m. Nothing but the sound of wind and rain. 3:13 a.m. Suddenly, the audio on Jacob's livestream began to heavily distort, turning into digital static, before being completely replaced by the exact, chilling music box lullaby from the dark web radio station. At exactly 3:14 a.m., the train yard's automatic floodlights violently snapped on all at once. But Jacob didn't look up at the lights. He pointed his camera down at the ground. The hundreds of people watching the stream froze. The floodlights cast a long, dark shadow stretching out from behind Jacob's feet. But the shadow didn't move when he moved. It stayed completely still, slowly growing wider and stretching longer, completely independent of his body. The camera shook violently. A heavy, panicked breathing filled the audio, and the stream permanently cut to black. The next morning, Jacob's forum profile was entirely deleted. The police found his car at the train yard, unlocked, with his phone sitting on the dashboard. But Jacob was gone. I know all of this because I have spent the last 6 months archiving every single broadcast from Station 94, trying to find out where Jacob went. And last night, the music stopped. The synthetic voice came on the air. It didn't read coordinates for a train yard, an open field, or a deserted highway. It read the exact latitude and longitude of my apartment building. And the time it gave for the broadcast event is exactly 3 minutes from now. I panicked. I grabbed my phone to call for help, but there is no signal. The only thing my phone will do is load the radio stream. I am staring at the digital frequency meter right now. The time on my wall clock reads 3:12 a.m. The lullaby is playing, but it sounds slower now, deeper, like the battery in the music box is finally dying. 3:13 a.m. The lullaby cuts out into total suffocating silence. But the radio stream didn't stop. Hidden beneath the dead air, I can hear a new sound. It is the distinct, heavy, rhythmic sound of someone breathing heavily into a microphone. But as I sit here frozen in the dark, I realize the sound isn't coming from my phone's speakers. The sound of that heavy, wet breathing is echoing perfectly from the darkness inside my open closet door. The radio station isn't broadcasting a prediction. It is broadcasting what is happening in this room right